This is Steve White with Remax Acre Group, and I'm here with Ben Rose, Rose City Business Films, and for the last couple of years, you've been doing all my videos.
True story.
We've been pushing out some good content.
Yes, sir.
We did Al Eggs, chaplain of the Portland Trailblazers, all of Hood to Coast stuff, so Thank you for all that you do. Appreciate it.
Thank you. It's fun to be in front of the camera today.
Well, but we're actually going to talk about real estate. So you and your wife are thinking of purchasing a home, so thought, what better than just do the interview here on camera? So.
Yeah, and I appreciate Steve, because when we do have questions about real estate, we get thorough, in-depth answers about what's going on. And so, yeah, let's just do this in front of the camera.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, okay, Steve, being around the real estate world, I've been hearing the term softening. The market is softening. Like, decode that for me. What does that mean?
Yeah, so when interest rates rise, it's because the Federal Reserve is increasing the interest rates because nationally they're trying to just cool down the market.
Okay.
We cannot continue to have appreciation be 10%, 20% year after year after year forever, right?
And no one can afford houses at that
Correct.
point. Yeah.
And so there are a lot of people like you and your wife that are trying to get into the market again.
Yes.
And so what comes with that is when the market softens, that's your opportunity to actually pounce.
And is that why we're seeing, like when we look at Zillow, we're seeing price reductions, like way more price reductions than we've ever seen in the last few years. Also, houses seem to be staying a little bit longer, and there seems to be a little bit more options.
Yeah, so what comes with that, it's kind of a matrix of issues, but as a buyer, you always need to think like a seller. And what's going on from a seller's perspective. And what we don't know, as you and your wife are out looking at houses, is what's been going on for all of those sellers, right? So what we don't know is when we have 13,000 realtors in the greater Portland metropolitan area, who's driving the bus on leadership and determining the price?
Yeah.
Is it the seller?
Because the seller could get excited because they've seen all this appreciation, and when a realtor gives them like their assessment, they could be like, our house could go for a lot more. Do you see that?
Yeah, we have a lot of people that says, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Smith down the road got this, and I want that.
Yeah.
Right?
They got $430,000 for their 70s ranch in Tualatin for 1,500 square feet, which was just, to be honest, was discouraging for us to see some the houses in our neighborhood go, that's a lot of money for that kind of house. So should we feel encouraged right now at what we're seeing?
Well, yes, you should be encouraged because prices are dropping.
Okay.
But the reality is let's finish our last topic in regards to what's going on with pricing.
Okay.
The reality is as interest rates from in 2018, we've seen interest rates rise from low 4s to almost 5, just over 5. So when that increase of 1% on an interest rate, that takes a ton of people, and they can no longer afford that type of house.
Gotcha.
Now we've got currently a hornet's nest because buyers that could afford a $600,000 house can only afford a $500,000 house, and their expectations was, I'm going to get this for this type of house, and now all of a sudden they were like, I want this fixed, I want these amenities put in, and sellers are like, wait a minute, I thought I was in control and I could just dictate any and all terms on my sale. And so now there's a lot of tension on real estate transactions. And for you, yes, it's fantastic for you to get in, but the reality is if the house is priced well, and if it's staged well, got good condition and priced reasonably, it's gonna sell quickly. Okay, so you have to be able to pounce quickly. But at the same point in time, anything that's just kind of moderate in terms of condition, locations, is it back to power lines, is it back to busy road, they're going to have some challenges.
Yeah.
But in RMLS, we've seen our actual amount of inventory rise from just over 2 months worth of inventory to over 3 months of inventory.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more competition that sellers are feeling that pressure of, hey, I need and or want a sale, so therefore they're dropping their prices to get off of this house into the next one that they're trying to accomplish.
Okay. All that being said,
yes.
When should we look to buy a house? Now or in the next couple of months, or should we wait till next spring?
Great question, and that's the same
Yeah.
question that I get from tons of buyers
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah.
And the reality is it depends upon, do you have enough reserves for a down payment,
Okay.
paying for your closing costs?
Mm-hmm.
But as the market shifts a little bit, then maybe sellers might be able to pay for some of those buyers' closing costs.
Mm-hmm.
So, first you got to stop and have a discussion with a lender. Make sure you get it qualified. That lender's going to tell me the absolute maximum you qualify for
Okay.
and what your comfort zone is.
Yeah.
When I have that, we then start looking at houses and saying, is there anything that matches your criteria?
Yeah.
But it's better for you to be buying today,
Okay.
meaning soon, than waiting for the summer of next year.
Because more buyers will be in the market.
There's more buyers, but also you don't know if interest rates are still going to rise even further.
Gotcha.
And so the delta between sales prices dropping but interest rates going up, you're getting further away from your monthly payment of what you can actually qualify for. So the reality is it's better for you to be purchasing today
Okay.
than next year.
Okay. 2 more questions.
Yep.
Number 1, which realtor should we use?
I'm always happy to help you or anyone else
Okay.
who's got a real estate need. So
That's awesome. And number 2, who should people go to if they need videos done for their business?
well, first off,
Not a trick question either.
it's been a delight to work with you. I think the whole reason why I started doing video is because I wanted to kind of be humanized. I mean,
Yeah.
I do a lot of transactions, and post-transaction, it's hard to stay in touch with people.
Yeah.
And so I just appreciate your heart and your abilities to be able to kind of show the fun side of me to people, right? But in terms of,
Yeah.
of choosing a realtor, I think you want to look for somebody that's got credentials.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a CRS designation. There's only 4% of people nationally that have that.
Yeah. What does CRS mean?
Certified Residential Specialist.
Gotcha.
That means I have a greater competency in helping people in terms of negotiations and,
Gotcha.
and through an entire transaction. So look for those types of designations, but also longevity.
Yeah.
And I've been selling real estate for 24 years. And so do you really want to hire somebody that's only been doing it for 6 months or a year? Or do you want to hire somebody that's kind of been a little bit more seasoned? So
Very good.
if you have any questions about the real estate market, these are normal conversations that we have all day long with people.
Yeah.
So always happy to help you. Feel free to give me a phone call, send me an email. It's easy to set up a time to meet, and happy to help you. But certainly feel free to like me on Facebook, Instagram, all those wonderful things.
MySpace.
Yep.
Everywhere. Everywhere. New York Times. Oregon Live.
No, do not do that. So have a fantastic day.